AITA for refusing to help a coworker in need. A few months ago, a new position was created at my workplace that I was interested in, and already doing about half the workload for. I was told if I apply for it, I'll get it from multiple directors. I applied for it. I did not get it. The directors gave it to Mary. Turns out 4/5 on the hiring committee voted for me. The fifth with hiring power picked Mary because she knows Mary better. Anyway, obviously I was pretty upset. Since then, I've continued to do my role but stopped doing anything beyond my job description that is now part of Mary's job. Here's the issue. Mary is struggling a lot. She's been staying late to catch up. Every time I see her, she looks flustered, run down. She can't handle the workload and has hinted that she'd like me to continue doing what I was doing before. I've refused because 1. They chose Mary. 2. She's making significantly more than me now, and I don't want to do that work for the lesser rate. I might be tall. I could help her relatively easily. I have the time, skills, and I was already doing the work she's struggling with. I just don't want to. I have no problem with Mary herself. She's lovely. I feel pretty guilty sometimes that it's hurting her directly. I might not be tall. I'm sticking to my job description and doing everything required of my current role. I've been polite to Mary and the directors at all times. Just refuse to do all of the extra projects. AITA for refusing to help a coworker in need. NTA. That's what they get for going against the 4/5 people who chose you. It's not your responsibility. NTA. You applied for the job and got screwed, so why should you be doing all that work? Why vote on these things if one person has all the power anyway? NTA. Do not help her. The company didn't value your worth and now they're struggling. You won't be credited for that work via a bigger paycheck. You're a workhorse they want to squeeze. Do not. NTA. Your company made a mistake. They can fix it or live with it. That's not on you. NTA. Obviously, it's not your job to help a coworker in need. You're not the Salvation Army. They decided that somehow she would be a better choice. So now they can deal with their fuck-up. Mary too. She might be nice but she clearly applied for a position way out of her skill set. 100% NTA. Most companies have no memory when you go above and beyond, and yours just proved it's no exception. It'd be a mistake if you did anything above the bare minimum for them anymore. In fact, if I were you, I'd be brushing up my resume. When you have 4/5 people choosing you, yet you still don't get the promotion. I'm smelling a glass ceiling type of situation for you. Sucks for Mary, but you don't know her anything. And assuming that she knows how grossly unfair it was that you were overlooked for the position, she might be a bit of an too. I mean, if she knows the full context of the situation, then she's totally classless. You just don't ask for help from a person from whom you just sniped a promotion. If she wants your help, she has to offer something back. Has she? Also, info. The directors gave it to Mary. Turns out 4/5 on the hiring committee voted for me. The fifth with hiring power picked Mary because she knows Mary better. How exactly does that happen? Is the fifth one the boss? NTA. That's above your pale MAO. NTA. If Mary couldn't handle the workload before, there is no reason she should have put her name in the hat for the promotion to begin with. It's what she chose, so give her the opportunity to succeed. NTA. Do not work outside the scope of your position for free. NTA. It isn't your job to do the extra anymore. The consequence of hiring the wrong person is they can't do the job. I think at this point if you step in it wouldn't be helping but enabling. NTA. While you might have the opportunity to help her, you definitely don't have a responsibility to. The fact that they hired her over you, when you were already doing a significant portion of her job, proved that. I'd start looking for another job at a different company, if only just for negotiation with your current bosses. NTA. It's the directors who are responsible for this situation, not you, so don't feel guilty. NTA. If she can't handle the job, then she needs to step down. I worked at a company that hired a bad manager. We were all stressed because she was a horror. I worked at a property management company and did a ton of work. The only reason they hired her is because the previous lady was pregnant and wanted to be at home. Anyway, she got rid of me, which was a huge relief. The new person she hired was incompetent. And I mean incompetent. Anyway, she ended up quitting because she messed the whole department up so badly. My old boss friend came back to help them until they got a replacement. She complained about things not getting done and the guy above her said, well, such and such was busy with deposits. She said, Mary always got it done. Lol. They ended up having to divvy up all of my work to other people because no one else could handle the workload I did. So you were NTA. She wanted the job. Someone else overruled the majority. Let those two people do the work. NTA. You were doing those extra tasks before there was a separate job responsible for these tasks. Now there is, and there's no need for you to do them. The hiring boss decided Mary was the best person to do that job. Far be it from you to question her judgment. And yes, it could be seen as if you're being petty and punishing Mary for getting a job that you arguably deserved more. But Mary knew the job description when she applied. She knew what her responsibilities would be, and now she has to perform them. She is not entitled to keep getting higher pay to do those things while having you do them for her for free. If you do her work for her, you'll be doing more work for no extra money, and the hiring boss won't have to live with the consequences of making business decisions based on favoritism rather than skill. It would look like Mary was doing a swell job, and any attempt you made to take credit for your hard work would likely be written off as sour grapes for not getting the job. Better to let her sink or swim on her own. NTA. But stay clear of the phrasing, "That's not in my job description," cause that's well known for sticking out in managers' ears. Instead, stick with your explanation. You applied for the position and didn't get it, so the one who did get it should be meeting the requirements of that position. It's absolutely ridiculous for anyone to expect you to complete the tasks of both your position and hers. NTA. Honestly, I would be looking for a new job. If you were told you were going to get it, then you didn't, and the person they picked isn't some rock star who blew you out of contention with an amazing skill set and resume. I would be doing exactly what you are while updating my resume. They made their choice. You don't owe them anything. NTA. I don't care what the others say, but it's not your freaking job to do her stuff. You don't even get paid for it, so it's not on you to do it. Guys, get your mind right. WTF. If someone isn't capable of doing their job, it's not the right one. NTA. If she was struggling with a box, then help her. But she is struggling with the actual work she was hired to do. Mary needs to deal with this by either learning or talking to management about the job being too much for one person. If you help her, you keep a system going where management isn't realistic about what the job requires. If they wanted you to do the work, they should have hired you. And to Mary accepted it, and now how well she tackles it should be reflected in her work. Just a healthy boundary. Emo. It's nice that she's nice and you're being nice, but she's gotten in over her head. It's not wrong to provide insight or advice, but she either has to wing it or realize she moved before she was ready. Like my dad used to say, This ain't baseball. Sports fans think it meant life ain't fair. IDK. NTA, I had originally thought I might go the other way, but it looks like you hadn't refused to train her or answer her questions. You just won't outright do her work. I think that is something that is proper for you to bow out of. Point of caution. The boss might try to redefine your job duties to include those former tasks. If they do that, you'll have to either suck it up and do them or find a new job. You might want to ponder that possibility so you are mentally prepared if it happens. Polish up your resume. Collect any reference contact info you'd want. That sort of thing.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.